guys, it's HeySofia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to CRAFTMAS for day 8 today, and for day 8 we're going to be continuing on with our village and building another structure. Today for our structure we're actually going to be building a church. I wanted to build something that's going to add a lot of character and charm to our village, because typically in European villages, which is kind of what our Christmas little cozy village town is based on, you will always find a church because of the history that the church has had throughout Europe and the influence. Every small town that you go to, no matter how small, will typically always have a church in it, especially if it's a really old town, even new towns. So today we're going to be building a very little church for our town and village. Now I'm also doing this because Christmas isn't just about gift giving and food and family and friends. For a lot of people it is also religious, and last year I didn't really touch on that, so I wanted to do something that would make our village feel a little bit more lived in and more like a realistic village and not so much a Santa village like it was last year, and put a few more realistic touches in. So this is the dimensions for our church that you can see on screen here. Now as you can see, it is a very small church. I'm just doing a very simple one. I'm not trying to go too overboard with details or anything really difficult. Like I said, this is meant to be just like a small village town church. Obviously some small villages and towns can have like amazing cathedrals and stuff like that, but we're just going for really simple because CRAFTMAS, you want to be very simple builds. So I've actually lined the base of the church with the stone block, and I'm going to be using the brick for the rest of the building as well to match the rest of the town. Our normal CRAFTMAS village houses do have the quartz pillar on the bottom, but we are going to be doing the stone on the bottom just to give the building more of a worn down look. So that's what we're going to be doing for the bottom of our church, and then on top of that we are going to be doing the brick block to continue matching the rest of the town. So with the brick block today, we're probably going to be going about 4 blocks high at first. We may possibly be making it taller though. I want to be creating a lot of height inside this church because we want to make it feel really open and beautiful, and having a higher ceiling is going to add a lot of charm to the building as well. But I sped up ahead and built my brick there to be 3 blocks on top of the stone there, so it is 4 blocks in total. Now the little kind of square bit we have sticking out the back here is actually going to be a little bell tower for our church, so that the church people can ring the bells if people in the villages or anything like that. Now this can be as tall as you want. I'm probably going to make mine maybe about 5 or 6 blocks tall on top of the current one that we have there. Something like that I think looks okay for now. But again, this is something that we can always change later on and make taller depending on how we make the rest of the building. We're going to quickly remove those blocks there just because we're going to make it, we'll see how we go. We can always add this in and fill it in a little bit more there. I quickly sped up ahead though, and I added actually 1 more wall of the brick block on top there just to add that little bit more height. So instead of 4 blocks high, we have a 5 blocks high on the inside of the church. We're also adding some little corner details to the sides of the building. Now I am using a stone block just because I really like the trimming that it has. The first CRAFTMAS house that we did a quartz staircase block that looks like this. But because we have the stone down the bottom of the building, we are going to be doing the stone on these sides. I'm also going to make a crisscrossy pattern by just doing every second block a front facing, and then every one after that a sideways. And that way we just kind of have this cool little decorative kind of effect on the side, which I think looks quite nice and different. But we're going to do this on all corners of the building, and then I will speed up ahead and finish that off. There we go. So I sped up ahead and finished that off, and we're now going to be working on the roof. Now the roof, we're going to be using a mix of the stone slabs and the stone staircase blocks, and just kind of making a very slow, gradual, kind of curved, pointy roof. You will see what I mean. But we're starting out putting the slab on the side of the building, which I did. And then we also had a row of these stone slabs overhanging the side to make a gutter. And then you can see that I kind of built it up towards the bell tower there. So again, have your slabs along the side, have your overhanging little kind of gutter block, staircase here, staircase overhanging, and then a slab there. And we're going to continue this the whole way down to the other side of the building and also make the overhang over there. Join that up there. Now I've got to do the staircase. It's always so trivial doing little things like this and having to perfectly click through it all. There we go. Oh, not like that. There we go. We're also going to do it on this side over here. Normally I don't show my roofs too much, but I am going to be doing a little weird kind of middle bit, which I do want to show you. So I'm just going to be placing those there. I'm just filling this in with some brick. There we go. Stone slabs here, just like that. You can see how there's kind of like a slow gradual curve starting to happen there. Maybe a staircase block here to make it go up, and then another 3, 4 bricks, and then another overhang there. But you can see this nice kind of curve that is ongoing. That's what I'm really wanting for this building. We might do a little staircase up the top there just to make it a little bit more pointy though. Add some slabs underneath the curve, and there we go. So that's pretty much the shape of the roof that we want to have for our building. So I'm going to go up ahead and finish off doing this roof. There we go. Now the roof is quite plain at the moment. I do plan on adding in the snow details later. Just for now, I'm just showing you guys the plain roof. If you want to see the snow details, you can always go back to the first video of CRAFTMAS where I was building a house. I believe that would be episode 4 of CRAFTMAS, and I do show you guys how to actually do the snowy roofs. I have a front door at the front of the church there, and I'm now simply making a very kind of simple, big dramatic entryway into the church. But again, you want it to be simple, especially because this is a smaller church, so nothing too fancy. You could also add lots of kind of like statues to the front of the building hanging up on little platforms. That could be another really cool way to decorate the outside of your church as well. But I sped up ahead and finished off my entry, and I've also just added a bunch of windows to the inside or the sides of the building. I have 2s on either long side over there. I also added a bunch of windows around our little altar area at the end of the building there, and also a window that is a little square on top of our front door. Now we do want to cover up the ceiling inside of here, and you could do something like a spruce block or any kind of wood block that you like. I think it's going to detract a little bit away from the building by having the wood roofing. So I'm actually going to go for a quartz staircase and substructure for my under ceiling roof bit here. The other reason why using the quartz makes a little bit more sense is because it is a white block. It's going to instantly kind of drag a person's eyes from the floor upwards. So it's also going to increase the height of the ceiling inside the church even more than what it already is. I'm now going to just remove all the dirt blocks that are still sitting inside our church and replace them, which I did there. And I have simply replaced them with the spruce stripped bark block. And now we're quickly also using the spruce block but the full planks to make a little staircase for the front of the church. There we go. But I think this is starting to look pretty good already. There's only a few more details that we really want to be doing. We're going to start filling in these stained glass windows as well. Now because we're wanting to make it really feel open inside here, which is why I have done the big tall windows all over the place. But I also want the church to feel really kind of like cozy and comforting, but also have window colors that kind of match the blue snowy climate that's going out on like outside. So I think going for cooler tone colors here, like I have the blues. I do have some warmer colors like a yellow and orange though, but I think with the white background it looks really quite beautiful that's coming from behind all the windows. But I sped up ahead and finished off my church. So I have an altar at the end there, a couple of rose bushes and some little planter pots. some plants at the front. I also have some hanging lanterns there, which I use to again drag a person's eyes upwards, and it also doubles as being a lighting source. The final details we're going to do is just add some little details underneath the windows like this. You can also add them to the side of the building to make kind of like a interesting effect and add a little bit more depth to your walls. We're going to go around and do that on the other side over here as well. Now up the top of our bell tower, the last thing that we're going to be doing is actually making the bell tower part. We have a really simple roof going on here, but I'm wanting to make it not so pointy and more of a square, stereotypical bell tower kind of thing going on. So what we're going to do is fill in the top there just so we're hiding those quartz slab ceilings underneath. And we're going to grab the bell, maybe a brick, or yeah, we'll grab the brick wall, maybe the stone brick wall as well. We also have the stone brick staircases. You can make a really tall bell top tower on top of your tower there by making it 2 blocks high. I'm going to shorten it a little bit by probably putting a ring of the stone block around the base of the brick walls. So if you can put some slabs around the edge and then you're looking from afar, you can't actually tell that it isn't hollow underneath all the bells. It just looks completely normal. I'm just quickly adding about 4 of the bell blocks so that you can get in Minecraft. And then I'm also going to add a couple of the fence posts underneath to look like ropes hanging to the bell. But there we go. So I sped up ahead and quickly did the roof. Just a really simple kind of tour point roof there. But I hope you guys really enjoyed building a church with me today. I had a lot of fun trying to build a different structure, and I think it actually looks really beautiful and calming and comforting inside the church that we did build. Lots of stained windows, some paintings to add a little bit more charm, and lanterns too. But like always guys, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to also hit the bell button for the notifications for every time I post, and like always guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye!